Welcome to the Meghan and Harry Tales channel. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and show some love to Harry and Meghan. I am your host, Kelly. Today, we delve into a curious bit of news from page 6 regarding the Sussexes Archewell Foundation. It has been labelled delinquent over a missed cheque, sparking quite the buzz among royal enthusiasts and media circles alike. What does this mean for the Duke and Duchess? Stay tuned as we unravel the details behind the headlines. Page 6 recently stirred the pot with a surprising update on the Sussexes. The news broke that the Duke and Duchess of Sussexes Archewell Foundation has been marked as delinquent by the state of California. The reason? A simple missed cheque. It appears a hiccup in their payment process has led to this minor, yet widely publicised issue. Now, one might wonder why such a small oversight has caught so much attention. Initially, it sparked a flurry of speculation. Could this be an intentional move by the Sussexes, perhaps signalling a shift in their charitable endeavours or a rebranding of Archewell? The wheels of rumour started turning with ideas that perhaps a new foundation was on the horizon. However, the truth is much less dramatic. It was merely a logistical error, a cheque that didn't arrive on time. The team at Archewell acted swiftly to resolve the issue, reassuring that this was nothing more than a bump in the road. But as always, the story isn't as straightforward as it seems. When we hear delinquent, dramatic thoughts might swirl. But let's break it down. In the realm of official paperwork and bureaucratic processes, delinquent simply means that there has been a delay or oversight in meeting a deadline. It's not the cloak and dagger scenario it might sound like. In the case of the Sussexes Archewell Foundation, this term refers to a missed deadline for registration renewal fees with the state of California. Typically, foundations are required to file certain documents periodically to maintain their active status. This can include financial reports, registration fees, and other administrative paperwork. It's a routine process, much like renewing a driver's license or passport. Now, reasons for such delays can vary. It might be an oversight, a postal delay, or even an administrative error within the issuing authority itself. These are common enough in any administrative system that handles vast amounts of paperwork. So, it's more of a clerical hiccup than a headline-worthy scandal. Now, let's delve deeper into the saga of the missing cheque. In a turn of events that has more twists than a Shakespearean play, the Sussexes found themselves labelled delinquent over a registration fee. But was this a calculated move or an administrative hiccup? According to a statement from their team, relayed by People magazine, it's decidedly the latter. Here's what happened. The Archewell Foundation did indeed send the required cheque to the state of California to cover their registration fees. However, in a plot twist worthy of a mystery novel, the cheque never reached its destination. Yes, you heard that right. It vanished into the ether of the postal system. Recognising the gravity of the situation, as soon as they received a delinquency notice, the Sussexes team didn't just sit back. They sprang into action, issuing a new cheque and sending it off with hopes high that it would successfully navigate the postal labyrinth this time around. People magazine shed light on the team's response, noting, "The foundation only became aware of this when the delinquency notice was issued. A new cheque has been sent by mail, and the Archewell Foundation expects the issue to be quickly resolved and reflected in the records within the next 7 business days." It appears a simple case of postal mishap has led to this media frenzy. With Harry and Meghan, no story is too small for a media storm. This statement rings particularly true when we consider the recent hullabaloo surrounding a simple administrative oversight. One might wonder, how would this situation have unfolded if it involved less glamorous, less scrutinised individuals? Imagine a local charity, perhaps one run by community volunteers, facing a similar hiccup. It's unlikely that such an event would merit more than a brief mention in a community newsletter, if that. Yet, when the Sussexes are the subject, it escalates to national headlines. The role of the media in these instances is pivotal. For journalists and news outlets, stories about Harry and Meghan are not just news. They are spectacles. Each detail, no matter how minute, is dissected and discussed at length. This isn't merely about public interest. It's about the insatiable appetite for royal news, which drives clicks, sells papers, and fuels endless social media debates. Moreover, the narrative often takes on a life of its own. A delayed cheque becomes a symbol of negligence or mismanagement, painted with broad strokes that imply more than just an administrative error. This kind of media amplification not only distorts the reality, but also perpetuates a cycle where every action of the Sussexes is overanalyzed. In essence, what we have here is a classic example of making a mountain out of a molehill. But such is the fate of high-profile figures like Harry and Meghan. A minor paperwork issue becomes a headline when royal personalities are involved. How has the public reacted to this news? In the swirling vortex of social media, the reactions to the Sussexes' recent hiccup with their foundation's registration fees have been as diverse as one might expect. On one side, supporters of Meghan and Harry have rallied fervently. They argue that the issue is a mere blip, a trivial administrative oversight that's been blown out of proportion. These supporters emphasise the couple's ongoing commitment to their philanthropic causes, reminding us of their history of advocacy and support for various communities. Conversely, critics have seized the opportunity to cast doubt on the Sussexes' capabilities and intentions. They question the efficiency and management of the Archewell Foundation, using this incident as a stick with which to beat the couple. This narrative tends to flourish particularly in certain sections of the media, where skepticism about Harry and Meghan's every move remains rife. Among the general public, the reactions span a spectrum. Some express disappointment, feeling that such incidents, however minor, might detract from the Foundation's noble aims. Others shrug off the news as typical of the bureaucratic snags that any large organisation can fall prey to. Through memes, tweets and passionate forum debates, the digital arena has become a battleground of opinions. It's a reflection of how stories about public figures like the Sussexes are consumed and dissected in real time, each new development adding layers to their public persona. In the world of instant news, public perception can swing wildly with each headline. As we wrap up today's tale, let's reflect on what this episode teaches us about celebrity, media, and the little things that get blown out of proportion. In the story of the Sussexes and their Archewell Foundation, a simple oversight regarding a missing cheque has spiralled into a narrative that paints the organisation as delinquent. This term, often associated with neglect or failure, actually refers here to a minor delay in a routine financial transaction, a delay that was out of the control of Harry and Meghan. The Foundation's swift response to rectify the situation by issuing a new cheque suggests a commitment to transparency and accountability. Yet the incident was magnified by the media, reflecting a broader trend where the actions of public figures like Harry and Meghan are scrutinised under a much more unforgiving lens than might be typical for others. This episode also highlights the power of narrative framing in the media. The choice of words like delinquent, the timing of reports, and the selective emphasis on certain facts can shape public perception dramatically. It underscores the importance of critical thinking and the need for consumers of news to seek out multiple sources before forming opinions. Furthermore, this situation sheds light on the unique pressures faced by those in the public eye. Every action and inaction is observed, often interpreted in a myriad of ways, each carrying its own set of implications. For Harry and Meghan, their every move is not just a personal decision, but a public spectacle. The public's interest in their lives is immense, and while this can be a force for good when channeled towards charitable efforts, it also means that every small misstep can be magnified into an apparent disaster. This isn't just the reality for the Sussexes, but for many who live their lives in the spotlight. In conclusion, always look beyond the headlines to understand the full story. This not only applies to the tales of Harry and Meghan, but to all information we consume. In a world rich with information, the true challenge is to find the truth hidden beneath the sensationalism. Thank you for joining me on this explorative journey into one of the many tales of Meghan and Harry. As we've seen today, even a simple mishap like a missing cheque can spiral into a significant news story when it involves figures as prominent as the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. It's a reminder of the intense scrutiny they face and how every detail of their lives is magnified. If you found this exploration intriguing, consider subscribing to stay updated with more stories like this. Your subscription helps us bring more such insights directly to you. Also, if you have thoughts or perspectives about today's topic, the comments section is just the place to share them. Engage with the community, exchange views, and let's keep the conversation going. Lastly, if you know someone who might find this video interesting, do share it with them. It's through your support that our community grows stronger and more connected. Thank you everyone for watching the video, and show some love by subscribing and sharing the video. Remember to leave a comment. Thank you, I'm your loyal host, Kelly.